Today in crypto, Tezos has been going crazy recently, so I want to actually explore just what is happening with Tezos and why the heck everyone is so gosh darn excited about it these days, and if all that hype is really even warranted. The cryptolark, this is where you subscribe for all of the hottest and the latest insights happening in crypto land. By the way, if you want to go out and buy some Tezos, then you need to check out Kraken. It is an excellent exchange, especially for those of you who are based in the USA or in the EU. There is a link down below where you can get signed up. Also, a quick note, this is not a sponsored video and I don't currently hold any Tezos. So, I want to start off with a bit of a review of what Tezos is for those of you who may not be very familiar with Tezos and the technology that they are offering. So Tezos is essentially a unique, built from scratch blockchain with some very innovative features that have made it a very attractive proposal for investors and for developers to come and build on. So let's start off by discussing Tasos Governance. So Tezos has what is called a flexible governance infrastructure that really allows the chain to be super highly reflexive and also to be very adaptable, as opposed to, for example, Bitcoin, which has no formal governance structure and disputes are basically settled by highly divisive, highly contentious chain splits, just like we saw happen with Bitcoin Cash. In Tezos, though, any token holder can propose an upgrade, and then other token holders can actually vote that proposal up or vote that proposal down. Tezos holders have already voted on a few different upgrades for the chain, so it is a process that actually works and people actually participate in. Now, this formal amendment process means that Tezos can easily absorb any of the newest features and technology that emerge in the market, meaning that Tezos is able to stay on the cutting edge of technology and not become a dinosaur that is unable to upgrade. New functions are deployed on the Tezos testnet, and then if all goes well, those proposals get passed into new code and added onto the main chain, a process which can take just a few short months, making it very responsive. Now, the next feature, which has got a lot of interest, I think, from investors in particular, is the proof of stake mechanism. Now, the Tezos network is secured by people who lock up 10,000 Tezos and then perform the task of securing the network, for which they, of course, receive a reward. Staking Tezos has been wildly popular in the last few months, and I think a lot of the market demand that we have seen has come from people who want to get those rewards. We now have major exchanges like Kraken and Coinbase and Binance all offering the service for users. People can just leave their money in exchange, which is not necessarily recommended by any means, but that is what a lot of people are choosing to do because it's so gosh darn easy. And it has made staking so accessible that around 80% of all Tezos is currently staked, earning around 6.4% a year. Now, for perspective, that's many, many times more than what you can get on any bank account anywhere. Now, Tezos is far from the only game in town offering staking rewards, but it has certainly acted as a good incentive to help, I think, onboard a whole new group of token holders who are excited about Tezos and the future of Tezos. Now, the next thing which makes Tezos stand out is its institutional grade smart contracts. Tezos uses what is called formal verification. Now, this is a process that basically proves the mathematical correctness of the code. Now, this allows for the facilitation of formally verified smart contracts. So basically what that means is that before sending out a large transaction or issuing a new smart contract that's going to, say, for example, tokenize $1 billion worth of real estate bonds or something like that, you can actually do a formal test that will simulate the transaction and thus make sure that everything is going to go smoothly. Now, this is all part of the vision of making Tezos into a super high security blockchain that can securely transfer high values without any issues. And sure, Bitcoin can transfer high values without any issues. We're talking about things like tokenized bonds and real estate and all these different things here. For that, you need really robust smart contracts. Tezos also has a formally verified multi-signature contract feature, which permits for easy contract management as well as cold storage. Tezos even has their own smart contract standard, which is aimed at allowing companies to be able to easily issue security tokens on the blockchain. Tezos also has the honor of having the first smart contract ever developed by a public authority to be deployed on their network. That was done by the French Gendarmerie Cyber Crime Division. Also, Tezos will be getting privacy features here in the near future in the form of zero knowledge proofs, the same technology that Zcash uses to make it so gosh darn private. That is being worked on by a team at Nomadic Labs. Tezos is also working on deploying a whole wide range of different assets like non-fungible tokens or NFTs. Essentially, these are unique tokens that could, for example, represent a signed legal document or an invoice or a collectible card in a digital card game or an in-game item for a shooter game or an RPG, for example. The first imagination of such a NFT use case is a game called Coaz, a crypto game being built by Kathleen Brightman, who's actually the co-founder of Tezos. And there has even been a stablecoin which has been proposed for the network as well. Now, in general, we are still super early with the dApp ecosystem for Tezos, but one thing which is definitely getting a lot of interest is the possibility of launching STOs on Tezos, or a security token offering. Security tokens, in case you are not familiar, are real-world assets that are deployed on the blockchain. Now, there are many types of assets that can be deployed onto the blockchain in token form. I mean, we're talking stuff here like real estate, equity, bonds, stocks, all kinds of things, rare art. The list is basically endless of what can be tokenized. Security tokens are a very exciting new form of digital asset and are one which is likely to have a significant impact on the market in the coming years, because issuing securities like this, it's efficient, it's cheap, it reduces friction, it's open to 24/7 markets, and it's going to be way more democratic than the current system. Now, here is a selection of some of the STOs which we can see already deploying to Tezos. The company T0, together with the Tezos Foundation, are tokenizing 500 million pounds of real estate over in the UK. Then there is a Berlin-based company called Fundament Group, which is a real estate company offering tokenized property. They've teamed up with Tezos to work on the legal tech framework for the tokenization of fully compliant financial products. Then we have BTG Pactual, which is the third biggest investment bank in Latin America. They are working along with Dalma Capital, a UAE-based asset manager. Together, they'll be offering security tokens using the Tezos blockchain with up to $1 billion worth of tokens currently planned. Next, there is a company called Vertalo, which has 18 different clients that it plans to help issue security tokens on Tezos. The company has decided to make Tezos its preferred blockchain, actually encouraging its customers to switch over to Tezos from Ethereum, although the company will still be supporting Ethereum. Next up is TokenSoft, which is a large security token issuance platform as well as asset service company. Now, TokenSoft is going to bring up to $3 billion in STOs to the Tezos blockchain. And it's also launching TokenSoft investment accounts, which will allow for self-managed wallets for those making security token investments, which is definitely going to be great in terms of helping onboard new users. Next is Andra Capital, which is planning to issue something called the Silicon Valley Coin via a security token offering in collab with the Tezos Foundation. Now, this will use both the Tezos blockchain and the TokenSoft platform. So we're already seeing the first implementations of this actually being offered. And look, that is not an exhaustive list, but you get the idea of how much is being built on Tezos and that there is a lot happening on the blockchain. Now, in terms of developers, the Tezos Foundation has been hard at work trying to get developers to build on Tezos. 500 developers are currently being trained in collaboration with B9 Lab, as well as a few other development labs. For example, we have Tribe, which is Singapore's first government-supported blockchain ecosystem. They are starting to train programmers to build on Tezos, and it's happening this quarter with the first developers going in for training. Currently, there are over 1,300 developers who have trained to be able to build on Tezos. So look, Tezos definitely has a lot going for it. If Tezos can get a large part of the market share of just the STO market, just that one niche, then Tezos is going to be very big. But Tezos is, of course, competing in the exact same arena as Ethereum. And right now, Ethereum has an incredible lead on Tezos. I mean, Ethereum has more developers by like miles. More STOs are choosing Ethereum. The dApp ecosystem on Ethereum just blows Tezos out of the water. The decentralized finance movement, it's all happening on Ethereum. Right now, anyway. The gaming world is largely being built on Ethereum. Non-fungible tokens are primarily issued on Ethereum. The network effect of Ethereum is currently massive. It's all happening on Ethereum. Every exchange, every wallet, it's all about Ethereum. So Tezos has a lot of catching up to do. I'm not saying that Tezos can't catch up and won't gather a significant chunk of the market, but they do have the work cut out for them. That being said, Tezos is certainly moving in the right direction. There's a lot of hype around Tezos right now, I think for a lot of the right reasons, because it is a good blockchain, because they do have developers building, because they do have STOs coming. But still, the reality is that there's not a crazy amount of stuff built on Tezos right now, and that they are, of course, behind in terms of exchange coverage and wallet providers and dApps and DeFi and all that fun kind of stuff. But with a strong market niche in the STO market, with very solid rewards for staking, with the formal verifications and a highly adaptable blockchain, Tezos is probably going to continue to surprise a lot of people moving forward. So it's definitely one to be keeping an eye on. Anyway, those are just my 2 Satoshis about Tezos and the power of their blockchain. You will let me know what you think about Tezos down below in the comment section. Can Tezos compete with Ethereum? Will it gain a significant percentage of the overall market of STOs and NFTs and dApps and all that fun kind of stuff? Or will Ethereum just crush everything? Let me know your opinion down below in the comment section. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope it was informative for you, that you learned a little bit more about Tezos in case you didn't know very much about it. And if you already knew something about Tezos, I hope you learned something extra about Tezos today as well. Remember to hit that thumbs up button to appease the almighty algorithm gods over at YouTube. And to subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.